Okay, so for today's video, I found myself in a 1978 W123 300D automatic, a very, very nice car. The current owners had it for about a decade, and it's in with Mercedes-Benz for marketing and stuff like that. So we're taking it for a drive and making hay while the sun shines. A beautiful example. It's got aircon, 300D with aircon. It's got the original Becker as well. 237,000 Ks. Sheepskins. I love sheepskins. I put them in all my cars when I can, and not the cheapest thing, but they're really nice. They're very comfortable in summer, nice and cold, in winter nice and warm, and they're very good from a sound deadening point of view. Very effective. Well, let's fire it up and let's go for a drive and see how it goes. Let's see, glow plugs off here. Let's wait a bit. It's got the old style glow plugs, so they take a bit longer than the pins. But there we go. It fires straight up. Oil pressure straight up as well. Put it in drive, cackling away as these older diesels do when they're cold. Should I put on the aircon, Bells?
Nah.
You don't think so? Okay. Let's open up the window then. I love the colour. What is this colour called?
English red.
English red.
Yeah.
It was the same colour as your old 240D before you made it blue and white, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
Grab the keys to open up the warehouse as we leave the old Burka here. So if you're ever down in P, you must stop in and come and pop in for a visit. Just get in contact with me and I'll share our office hours. And as I've shared before, there's a very nice Airbnb here on the premises as well. So, oh, here we go. As we leave. Actually feels nice and solid, this one.
I like the early 123s like this.
Yeah, they're very nice. There's quite a big power, well, not a big power difference, but there is a power difference between, oh, the gear shift is very nice, eh? Nice and smooth. There's a power difference of, I think it's 59 and 65 kilowatts, the difference between the pre and post facelifts. This is a very early 178, and distinguished by the easiest way to see really is by the little chrome or the little stainless centers on the instrument cluster, and also the old style aircon knob. Well, it's pretty hot here today, P. Well, it must be about, 26 outside, driving along with the windows closed here. It must be about 30, so I'm going to put on the aircon. It's a little bit too hot with me, and boom, there goes a few kilowatts, eh? I felt that straight away. I suppose, to be fair, if you only have 59 or 60 kilowatts to work with and about 170 Newton meters of torque, that old York aircon compressor, which it's one of the old style Yorks, they're very effective. I mean, it's already cold here, but they do use a kilowatt or two to just power themselves. But then again, they don't give hassles, you know. So, are the windows open at the back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm nice and cool here in front.
I'm getting some fresh air.
You know, it's really nice to see just a car that's as original as this. I don't see any cracks on the dash. There's a little chip there, but that's no big deal. Oil pressure is good. The odometer works. Everything feels nice and solid. The Becker works as well. We did try it just now.
The needles aren't faded.
The needles aren't faded. Oil pressure is good. I mean, temperature is where it should be. The other nice thing I see this has got is the left mirror, the manual left mirror. And the manual left mirror was a dealer option here in South Africa. So if you had ordered your 123 from the factory when new, you would have got it, or you could have had it ordered with an electric left mirror. But if you bought it off the showroom floor, the dealer would offer a manually adjusted left mirror like that one there. So this has got one of those, and yeah, it works just as well. And it's not that far to reach over, of course. And the gearbox feels really nice. It changes smoothly, it kicks down, it's responsive. Let me get it up to a bit of speed here. Oh, it's pulling nicely. mean, my foot's not by any means hard on the accelerator, and it goes like I would expect a 300D automatic too. Very nice. Very stable as well. Very comfortable. How are you doing there at the back?
It's comfy.
Seat quite bouncy.
A little bit.
Yeah, as they are. So these were produced here or sold here in South Africa from 78 through till 77 really, through till 86, right through. So quite a nice long production line or production run. The 124 was only launched here in 86, so we, I think, are the last, or is the last country in the world to have produced 123s in the 80s. Everywhere else, I believe it ended in 84, 85. So kickdown work there. Really nice and smooth, eh? This is an area of PE we haven't actually taken a drive through, and the reason we're doing this is we combining it with a trip to a Checkers so we can update or get the code to update our electricity meter. Can't do that online. You have to go actually buy a thing from ShopRite or Checkers. So it's a nice area to just drive through. It's somewhere different. It's called Thiescom. And also semi-rural. Certainly this part of it, there's small holdings here, and nice little wetland, and then a suburb with houses on the other side. So just a different side of PE. Also very, very close to the old Mercury warehouse, just over the hill, as you can see. I mean, we left there in it, and it drives nicely, very nicely. Bella, what age is your 240D? It's the same year as this, or?
Yeah, also 78.
Okay.
Same interior even.
Same colour as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Prior to, obviously when Bella got it, she changed the colour, and then she changed it again later. But you've had that car for what, 6 years now?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Did you happen to notice which tyres are on this car?
I didn't check.
So yeah, it's pretty much standard 123 fare, early 123, and obviously on the 300Ds or anything other than the 280s, you didn't get any wood over here in South Africa. Didn't get central locking on these either, not the early ones anyway, and no wood trim on the dash. But that's an easy conversion. What I normally do on my older 123s when I get them in without wood trim, I love putting the wood trim on. It is something that we do supply at Old Mercury if you ever wanted to do that conversion on your car. Look how well it actually pulls away really nicely. Gear shift nice and smooth. And the aircon's nice. Works well. You don't often see these old ones with the aircon working, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, just getting back to the specs. So obviously, as I said, this has got the aircon, it's got the original Becker Mexico, it's got that optional left passenger mirror. It's obviously got power steering like all 300Ds do. And the bodywork certainly presents very, very nicely. You'll see in the portion of the video where Bella and I take a walk around the outside, and you can see the sort of general appearance of it. But it certainly looks very good. The paint's probably faded a little bit, but it's actually ended up quite a nice colour. And we get to go in front of other cars. The power of the mighty OM617. There? There we go. Okay, so as we arrive here, we're going to do this little errand quickly, and then I reckon we can carry on with the video. So, Bills, as a daily 240D driver, what are you thinking?
It's nice.
Okay.
I haven't driven many automatic diesels.
Yeah, there's not a lot around, eh? It's funny. Well, I'm sure there are, but we always seem to end up with manuals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
it's
mean,
quite
it's
nice, yeah.
they're brilliant. It actually runs really nicely. Nice smooth gear shift as well.
Yeah, very
General
comfortable.
condition of the car?
Good overall, hey?
It is, eh?
Can't complain about anything in the interior.
No. I mean, everything is nice and intact. Does it have service books and stuff?
Haven't actually
Manuals. I think we got some manuals there at the office for it as well.
checked. Yeah.
Nice door pockets. Got the Mercedes overlay mats as well. And yeah, I'm wearing slops. It's hot here today. It must be 30 degrees outside, eh?
Very hot.
Oh. You know, it's funny. As we went into the shopping centre there, and we had, we walked out, and I'll share it as, I'll actually share it as the cover photo on this video. Was this car and just a sea of white and silver cars, and it just really stands out.
Got a
Something-
few compliments while we were there.
Exactly, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, no. As we walking away, somebody approached us, mentioning how nice the car was, or commenting on how nice the car was.
A little bit slow with the aircon.
Oh, it is, yeah. But you know it. I'd rather be cool than fussed, eh?
Yeah.
It's not that much slower than it normally is. And at least it works. It is very, very effective.
Yeah, it's working well.
These OM617s are brilliant motors. Not powerful at all, but certainly very reliable, and they go forever. Okay, yeah, so yeah, the 617s are really robust engines, and in my old camper, that 123 300D that I converted, I mean, that thing had done 1.2 million Ks or something like that. It just kept on going. So yeah, powerful they're not. Durable and relatively economical and simple to maintain. They certainly are. And they're not the smoothest motors, but really the pick of the bunch, the diesels and the 123s, for me anyway. If you can live with the limited performance, and it does have somewhat limited performance in comparison to the 230E or the 280E, of course, horses for courses. But you must remember, when these were sold here in South Africa, diesel was a strategic resource. So, it was the government priced it to discourage people from buying diesels. So the people that got the rebate on it were the people that bought them, and those were people like farmers and stuff like that. So farmers or guys that had a bunch of trucks, they would get that rebate, and that was the buyer for these cars back in the day. But in the context of today, the 300D runs nicely enough. I mean, you can certainly do a road trip in it. You can certainly keep up with traffic, and man, it just looks so uber cool as well. These old 123s. And personally, I love the clattering sound of the diesel. I mean, it's a very soothing, comforting sound. It's the sound of durability and reliability. So, yeah, for me, the diesels. And you, Bill, what do you think? Diesels or petrol when it comes to a 123?
Diesel.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Well, you, as an owner of a diesel for years, but I mean, if you look at that, I mean, Bill and I have been in this sort of business for a while now. And the Mercedes that I've got is a 123 diesel. The Mercedes that Bella has got is a 123 diesel. So, we expose them all the time. That's what we choose to drive. I mean, I drive a 200D, she's got the 240D. Those are the ones that I've kept. So, yeah, I love the diesels. I can't speak highly enough about them. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see how it accelerates, and let's get it from 80 to 120 and see if we can do that. Might need to turn off the aircon, otherwise it's going to be a very long video, eh? Okay, well, we'll do that and enjoy. Okay, so we're back in the car now. I noticed when we pulled away and we were going to go and do the speed test, it smelt a bit of diesel. So we had a look, and one of the little return pipes had pulled off. So we just popped into the old Burkow warehouse again to replace that easily. A couple of minutes. and we're back on the road. So we're going to go and do that acceleration test now. And it certainly feels subjectively that it's got a lot more power than it had in the first section of this test. But I suppose it was only running on 4 cylinders with all the air getting into that injector. Anyway, that's sorted. If you do drive one of these older Mercedes diesels, it's something always worth checking. It's the little rubber pipes, return pipes of the injectors. They tend to crack at the bottom and break, and it lets air into the injector and causes bad performance and a diesel leak. Anyway, that's all sorted. So we're here, and I think we're going to turn right. Let me turn off the aircon so we can get a true impression of what it feels like when we accelerate. On the way back, we can do it without it. Okay, so there's a bit of a gap now. Let me go. And I'll keep it on the left here. Okay, let's cane it. Foot flat. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so that was probably about 7 seconds, I think. 0 to 100, eh? Okay, so anyway, we're doing 100 here quite comfortably. Aircon is off. Let me get it up to 120. 10. I don't really want to go much faster than that. It feels like it can, but I don't want to push it. A bit of traffic and the speed limit here is 100, so let's just stick to that. Let me put the aircon on and see what sort of impact that has on it. Actually, very little when you're going. I didn't feel that engaged, did you?
No.
Okay, well that's interesting. Okay, well let's do a U-turn here and go back, and I'll accelerate now. And here it is here, we can do a U-turn here at Deer Park. And I'll accelerate with the aircon on and see what sort of impact that has on matters. Let's have a look here. Turn the fan down so it doesn't make too much noise. Okay, there we go. So this is with the aircon on. I haven't kicked down, so I'm not pulling away in first, it's in second. Let it change there. Oh, it has quite a big impact on the acceleration. Like 70 seconds instead of 7, yeah. Okay, so, well, it's going,
And
you
it
know.
was down a hill.
Yeah, look, we are going uphill here, to be fair as well.
True.
Yeah, okay, so it's pulling. It's not nearly as fast as it is without the aircon. But, you know, sometimes it's just more important, as I said, to be cool than fast. And there we are. We're back up.
One
going.
could always accelerate, and then once you're at the right speed, you put on the aircon.
Absolutely, yeah. So, like when you're queuing and stuff like that, and there's a little gap in the traffic, you would just say to that taxi, "Wait, bro," and turn off the aircon, and then accelerate, and you're past, eh? But I mean, it's a small price to pay. At least it's got aircon. The aircon works very well. And I would think it runs like a 300D with an aircon. So let's get back up here, and then let's take a walk around the car. We'll talk about it and show you what the general appearance is of the bodywork and the interior and the engine bay. Look, it pulls away quite nicely here up the hill. I didn't try and kick it, and it kicks down if I push down. Nice smooth shift, eh? But I think I should turn off the aircon while I'm going up the hill. There we go. Oh, turbo, eh? Did you feel that?
Changes the engine sound too.
Yeah, those Yorks, I think that's about 2.5 kilowatts or something that it uses, which isn't a lot, but it's about 5% of the car's power or something like that. It's like 4%, somewhere around there. Anyway, let's carry on with that walk around portion of the video now, and I hope you're enjoying it. And if you do enjoy the sort of videos that I put on this channel, please subscribe and please like it as well. It does help the distribution of the video, and more people get to see it. Let's carry on with that walk around. Okay, so yeah, the 300D we've just been driving. We've arrived back here at the old Burko warehouse, and let's show you what it looks like outside. The bodywork, I know it was resprayed pretty recently, maybe a year or so ago. So all of that's done. There's no visible rust on the outside. All of that's good around there as well. One thing I like about it, it's got the mud flaps. I love mud flaps on a 123. I mean, look at that. And they're in good nick as well. And I also prefer the hubcaps to the bunts. What do you think, Bells?
I also prefer them.
Also prefer just a nicer look. But look inside. I mean, it's really a nice example inside. A lot of you guys who watch the channel from outside of South Africa, there's a couple of things that are different to European 123s and 123s produced elsewhere in the world. All our 123s had the stainless or chrome trim underneath the tail lights here. All of them had this bumper, which is longer than the ones offered elsewhere. We don't have that little rubber insert on the front or the back. All of ours had, all of ours up to 1983 or 82 had the silver or the chrome windscreen vents. And what else is different? Front bumper as well, if you have a look there, that's different. It hasn't got that rubber piece. So this is standard. This is how 123 in South Africa looked. Here's another one next to us here, 230E, same story with the bumper, same story with the chrome. And that is the way it was here. Completely standard. So a slightly different spec to elsewhere in the world, but and the other thing is we had under engine protection, so very good sump protection on it. We had slightly different suspension. So there's a few other changes here, but this is completely standard South African production 123. So if you come around the front as well, the other big difference is that elsewhere in the world they ran these headlights with the two round elements up to 1981, and then they replaced it with the single element headlight or the rectangular, or the headlight with rectangular elements rather, without the round ones. Here in South Africa that didn't happen. We had these headlights on all 123s right up to 1986, with the exception of the 280E. The 280E had the European style headlights. All the others had the round elements, completely standard. If you went to a Mercedes dealer in South Africa in 1985 or 86 and bought a W123 brand new, these are the headlights it would have come with. Let me pop open the bonnet and I'll show you what the 617 looks like. We didn't get a turbo version here. We just had the regular naturally aspirated 300D. It's a 5-cylinder. It's one of these little rubber pipes that pulled off. These are return lines. It's a very common issue. There's still a bit of diesel there from, we didn't clean it properly probably. But these things pop off. They're a maintenance thing. You can buy a meter of it from Mercedes for 80 Rand if I'm not mistaken. And on my diesel I actually just keep them in the boot, and you need to change them periodically. Every service I would just swap it or inspect it. They do crack at the end. There's a lot of heat there. It's a very easy 2-minute job to swap. The other thing, if you own one of these things, is to just always keep a spare clear filter in. It has got a main fuel filter over here, the OM617, but we always put these little clear filters on the in pipe, the inline pipe, or the pipe going to the injector pump from the tank. And it just sort of, it's a hell of a lot easier to change that. If you pick up some dirty diesel somewhere, it's a screwdriver, loosen next to the side road, put another one in, prime it quickly using the primer pump, and you're on your way again. You don't want it getting in here. It's a lot harder to change, a lot harder to bleed next to the side of the road. This is the compressor I was telling you about. It's the old York compressor, and they used it on a variety of Mercedeses from the late 60s through till I would think about 82, 83 here in South Africa. I know the 126 280 SE had on. The 280E 123s had them as well, certainly until about 84. Great compressors, but it's an engine by itself, as you can see here, and that's why it has quite a big impact. So very efficient, or very effective, but not the most efficient compressor. But it is what it is. It's a 300D with aircon. You don't often see them, and you don't often see 300Ds in this sort of condition, where it has the aircon, where it has the original Beckett, it has the sheepskins, it has the mud flaps, and what else does that? The left mirror, left manual mirror. So yeah, it also got a nice, I see this is not an original bonnet pad, but it's looks like it's been there for a while and is in relatively good, intact condition. Don't see any dents or anything in the car, scratches, but it shouldn't be. I mean, it had bodywork before. As I say, 237,000 Ks. I love these rubber overlay mats as well. It was also the black ones were a dealer option. The ones that were coded to the car at the time were factory options. So if you had ordered the car new from the factory and you were waiting, you could have specified them in the excuse me, the color of your interior. Is there anything you wanted to add, Bill?
No, I don't think so.
Nice car. What do you think?
Very nice. Good condition.
Okay, so that's the 1978 300D. Took it for a bit of a drive and showed you what it looked like outside. This car is going to be marketed by Bella through her business, Mercedes-Benz. So if you are interested in it or have any questions, I'll leave her number in the description. But right now I'm going to get some water. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.